First and foremost, all thanks and praises unto our power, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Warakwadash. Peace, blessings, and much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons, and daughters also. The water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Jeremiah chapter 5 and 11. For the house of Israel and the house of Judah have dealt very treacherously against me, saith the Lord. And this is speaking of all the tribes in general. Verse 12, they have belied the Lord and said, it is not he, neither shall evil come upon us, neither shall we see sword nor famine. So a lot of our people are non-believers. They don't believe the message that we're telling them. They take it lightly. They shrug it off. They put it off from day to day, or they just flat out don't believe. Verse 13, and the prophet shall become wind, and the word is not in them, thus shall it be done unto them. So people looking at us like, man, the word's not in you. You're not the prophets. No one cares about what you're saying. A lot of times we're not really taken serious, but that's just what we have to bear. The day's going to come where all that we're saying, because we're speaking the words of the Lord, are going to come to pass, and the incredulity of these non-believers, well, they're going to be found out to be liars. Okay? And the prophet shall become wind, and the word is not in them, thus shall it be done unto them. So here it is, we're telling our people, if they don't repent, if they don't get right with the Lord, they're going to be destroyed. Okay? America's going to be destroyed and all these things, and they'll say, that ain't going to happen. If anything, it's going to happen to you, not me. That's the stubborn mentality of a lot of our people. Okay? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 20. In verse 7, O Lord, thou hast deceived me, and I was deceived. Thou art stronger than I, and hast prevailed. I am in derision daily, everyone mocketh me. So when you serve the Lord, a lot of people come against you. A lot of people don't believe you. A lot of people do not take you serious. Verse 8, for since I spake out, I cried, violence and spoil, because the word of the Lord Yahweh was made a reproach unto me, and a derision daily. So here it is, we're speaking well for our people, and what happens? They come against us. They make themselves enemies unto us. And in this case, Jeremiah was dealing with the rebelliousness of our people, in particular the southern kingdom. Okay? Our people didn't want to listen to what he had to say. So what happened? He ended up getting locked up. They ended up wanting to try to plot and find ways to take his life. Okay? For since I spake, I cried out, I cried violence and spoil, because the word of the Lord was made a reproach unto me, and a derision daily. Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name. So you might get frustrated, just as frustrated as Jeremiah was. He was very frustrated and felt like, man, this is a waste of time. Since I've started doing this, I've been going through all this hell. I've been rejected. I've been unjustly, or unfairly treated for no reason at all. Okay? Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name, because he was like, well, every time I try to speak for you, speaking to you Israelites, you come against me. You want to try to overthrow me. You want to mock me. I'm tired of this. That's how he was feeling. But his word was in mine heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones, and I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. So the Spirit of the Lord overtakes us to keep us going. As much as our people, they don't believe our words, because they're not our words anyway. They're the Heavenly Father's words. But we're the vessels that he's using to teach and to speak. A lot of our people don't understand the gravity, the severity, how serious it is to be in our position to teach this word and how serious it is to take heed to this word. Malachi 3:14. Ye have said it is vain to serve the power. And what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts? And our people don't want to suffer. When you serve the Lord, you go through these different tests, trials, and tribulations. You go through these different burdens. So for a lot of our people, they feel, well, what's the point of that? Where's the benefit in suffering? A lot of our people think the Bible is a made-up book, because when you talk about suffering, you talk about things that are in the future. Our people feel like, okay, a man had to have written that so that we miss out. I want it right now. See, they trying to trick us into thinking that there's some God, there's some sky daddy, right? This is the mentality of a lot of our people. I'm trying to get the bag right now. See, they want us to wait. That's why they gave us religion. That's why they gave us that Bible. See, the white man thought he was slick. And our people will come up with all these different, imaginations in their mind. And they be going off. But in their mind, they think they're right. In their mind, it's vain to open up this book. It's vain to serve the Lord. It's not helping us right now. But the Lord helps us too. Yeah, we go through trials and tribulations, but the Lord also helps us. He also feeds us. Okay? Ye have said it is vain to serve the power. And what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts? So who wants to mourn is what a lot of our people be feeling like. Who wants to catch hell? Who wants to hear about the destruction of a society I was raised up in? Who wants to hear about having to make life changes because they're caught up in their own lust? It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of selflessness to come into this truth. And even if you're not a teacher or a prophet, it takes a lot of sacrifice. All right. Now, seeing that people don't believe us, seeing that people don't take us serious, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, his words are not going out void. Even though it seems like people are ignoring us, but these words are not going out void. But let me read Ecclesiastes. Let me see. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 9:16. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not horrible. Man, my tongue. All right, I'm going to do this again. Ecclesiastes 9:16. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of wise men are heard in quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. So if you're a fool, you might have a lot of people listen to you, but they're fools just like you. But if you have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, many people are not going to take heed unto you. But nevertheless, that just shows that you're a wise man. Okay? Usually when somebody has a lot of followers, when somebody takes a liking to you, okay, and it's a huge bulk of people, a huge bulk of non-believers, a huge bulk of people with diverse beliefs, usually that person's a fool. All right? Ezekiel chapter 11 and verse 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, because our people have been scattered everywhere. And although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. So our people have been scattered everywhere. And seeing that our people have been scattered everywhere concerning this ministry, it's a small church. This isn't about how many Israelites you can wake up, and whoever wakes up the most Israelites, that's who gets the prize. That's not this race. This is a race of endurance. This is a race of being obedient and enduring until the end. The race is really just making it to the finish line, because most don't even make it or even partake in the race in the first place, to even receive first place. All right. So seeing that this is a little sanctuary, a lot of our people do cast this off as unimportant. Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. And this word is going throughout the world. It's being sent throughout the world. And that's why things are being accomplished according to the Lord's will. Because if he says it's going to happen, then it's going to happen. And the prophets, although we're not the Lord himself, we're speaking for the Lord. Hosea chapter 12 and 10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is always spoken by the prophets. But that's not enough for people. People aren't inspired. People aren't really moved when they see the Lord's prophets. Okay? And because of that, it might feel like, well, this is a waste of time. But this is not a waste of time, you know? This is Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 4. Then I said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for naught and in vain. Yet surely my judgment is with the Lord and my work with the power. Okay, so coming into this truth, you know, you get to rebuking our people, telling our people the truth, you know, trying to lead our people towards the right way, and people will buck up against you to where it feels like what you're doing is a waste of time. But we're not wasting our time. This is not in vain. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai sees our work, and he's not unrighteous to forget our works, our labor of love. Okay? We have to just keep going. We have to keep doing our part. And the Lord is definitely going to keep doing his part, regardless of how many people, you know, reject us. That's okay. You know, this is a symptom of being in this ministry. Then I said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for nothing, for naught, and in vain. Yet surely my judgment is with the Lord and my work with the power. And now saith the Lord Yahweh that formed me from the womb to be his servant. And this shows you, you can't make yourself to be a servant of the Lord. You have to be born his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my power shall be my strength. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob. So although it seems like what we're doing is in vain sometime, what we're doing is really a light thing in comparison to what the reward is going to be. And also seeing, you know, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai can raise up rocks. He doesn't need us. All right? It is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob. And that's what this is about. Raising up the elect of Jacob, of the 12 tribes, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, speaking of our people who are in darkness, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. And this word is going out throughout the whole world. And it's not going to stop, because the works of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai are not done in vain. Okay? So although we go through being despised and rejected now, that's really a sign that we would have to be some of those men who were here aforetime. Daniel's chapter 9 and 6, neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. So that's a key sign of a prophet, someone who's being ignored, someone who's not, you know, being well received. Let's go to verse 9. To the Lord our power belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. So our people are constantly rebelling against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Verse 10, neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord Yahweh our power to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. And a lot of people, they want to try to knock us down and try to go directly to the Heavenly Father or go directly to Yahushai, when in order for you to get to Yahushai, you have to believe. How are you going to be a non-believer but think you're going to just knock us down and get directly to Yahweh Shai? And you don't even believe. You don't even want to receive the message. Okay? The Lord has risen up his prophets to lead the way in hopes to, wake up those who this is for, those who are predestinated, because this is indeed about predestination. This is Ephesians chapter 1 and 4. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. So this is all about predestination. Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in that place, speaking of America, where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, you're just a bunch of niggers, you're just a bunch of spicks, a bunch of wetbacks, a bunch of monkeys, okay? There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. And this is being said to the elect, okay? And when I say that it's being said to the elect, it's really being said to all of our people, but the elect are going to receive it. So it's as if we're only talking to the elect anyway, because they're the ones who are really going to receive it and apply it. Now, a lot of our people may know that they're Israelites, but when you go back to the time of Egypt, when all of our people were together collectively, we knew we were Israelites, but a lot of our people were wicked as hell. So it goes deeper than just knowing you're an Israelite. Okay, you have to be predestinated. So seeing that we're being called the sons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai again, let's go back to Ephesians 1 and 5. Having predestinated us unto the adoption of children, because we're being called the sons and daughters of the Most High again, by Yahweh Shai Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. And everything is Lord's will. All right? So we just have to hold on to our belief. Regardless of how people may look at us, regardless of how people may feel, how angry they may get when they hear this truth, it shouldn't stop us from believing. It shouldn't stop us from being persuaded in our own mind, because this truth isn't for everybody, but for the elect. All right. So I pray that this lesson, it was simple and edifying, easy to understand. All praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wa Rakakwadash Shalom.